Welcome to the Power 410 Radio. Welcome to the Be More Loyal Soul Patrol. I am your host, Carter Chris White. Y'all know how we gotta do. We gotta bring it in prayer first. So, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever, Lord. We love you. Have your way through the airways. I pray that anything that's being said today, that's to reach somebody, Lord God, even with the many events that we got going on, Lord God. Bring your people in Jesus' name. Amen. Hey. So what is going on in the world right now? I just jumped on here tonight. I wish I would have had me a special guest, but I'm here alone by myself. Y'all know we got Miss Critique in the building. She's going to stay in the backfield, but guess what? Some questions might come up. We have a whole lot going on. For this rest of this week. We got the food drive coming up. This Saturday at 3 o'clock, we'll be at 2900 block of Mosier Street. That's Poplar Road in Mosier. Man, we just trying to feed the people. We know that prices are high right now. They said bread costs $10. Come out and get your bread. We got potato. We got all kind of bread. You can have your choice. Also, y'all know next month. Next month on the 3rd, we will be at this same radio station. And I'm gonna let Miss Critique tell y'all all about that. But the market will be here as well. We're gonna feed the people. We having entertainment. See, I can't give it to you like she give it to you on that part like that. So I'm gonna let her tell you what else we got going on as far as on the 3rd.
Yes, so the 3rd, we are here at 1100 Wacomico Street, okay? And this event is actually in honor of Mental Health Awareness. For those of you who do not know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we also are celebrating 21 years of Critique Empire Entertainment, putting on productions and shows.
How many years?
21.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. I've definitely done more than 21 shows. But 21 years of putting on productions and fashion events and talent shows and so much more. But this event is actually a special one. We're calling this the Golden Fashion Experience.
The Golden Fashion Experience.
Yeah, so we have some great talent. We have artists, we have designers from all over, amazing models, vendors. We have a youth vendor, Aroma, Heavenly Aroma. She sells self-defense pieces for children and adults too, candles and so much more.
Is she coming to our show now?
Well, she'll be here on the 3rd, and maybe she might be interested. And the 31st, you know. But they will be here at the Golden Fashion Experience. And also, for this event, we've had a special on tickets because it is for the fashion show itself. It is a ticketed event. And the tickets, general tickets are $40 and VIP is $75. Right now, we have a $5 special going on. And it's been going on for about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So they get it for $5? No.
$5
off.
$5 off.
$5 off. But that actually goes, that offer ends tomorrow, 12 midnight. So if you do not get your, the special.
So how do they get the tickets?
How you get the special?
At
Critique Empire LLC.com on my website. You also can Cash App as well. Just make sure when you do Cash App that you send your name so that we know who sent it, who the ticket is for. You know, even if you send it for somebody else, make sure you put their name in the comments as well. But yes, the offer for the discounted tickets ends tomorrow, April 25th, midnight. All right, it's been going on for about 3 weeks now.
3 weeks.
So if you have not gotten your discounted tickets, after tomorrow, it'll be full price.
Full price. So, well, y'all heard it for the 3rd. Now, for the 31st, we have been blessed to come downtown to the Reginald F. Lewis Museum. It's going to be a historic event, and like we said, it's mental health awareness. We're going to have all kind of vendors. The vendors, we want all vendors. I don't care what you're doing. If you're doing anything in the community, if you're giving back, or whatever the case may be, the tables are free. The tables are free. The vendors are free. But we ask that each vendor that come make a $50 donation towards the Richardson Farm coming into the community. We don't want to give the community no kind of bad food or none of that. So we are trying to change the trajectory of what's been going on. We're not mimicking anybody because everybody doing the same thing. Everybody doing food pantries. Everybody doing this, doing that, and it's all the same. Everybody that's doing food dealing with the food bank. We're not dealing with the food bank at all. We don't partner with them. We don't get no food from them. We just simply do what we do, and God open up doors for us to go and be our own middleman. Well, I don't think that I need another middleman. I got one middleman to go through to get stuff, and he's been really setting the tone so I can go wherever I want to go and do what I need to do and talk to the right people and not dealing with no middle people. So with that being said, on May the 31st from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m., Be More Loyal, INC, Free Community Market, and the House of Critique, we're hosting, it's an expo, ain't it?
Mental Health Expo.
Yeah, we'll tell them about that too.
Yes. So the Mental Health Expo, we will have guest speakers. We're going to have some Zumba. We're going to have Zumba.
Come and get your workout on.
Okay, come get your workout on. It's all about mental health. We're going to have some vendors. Some of the vendors are going to be health specialists from healthcare, from organizations that can help you with your mental as well. We have Journey.
The Journey. Shout out to Nikki.
Mental health wellness, and then you have other. It's going to be a lot of what is it? Is MedStar going to be there?
I think MedStar's supposed to be in the building. Listen, it's going to be a surprise. Y'all just got to come out. We got so many different people.
And it's free. It's a free event.
Dynamic Healthcare just signed on with us. Emerald Village, Thais.
Yeah. So again, it's a mental health expo, all in honor of mental health awareness, the whole month of May. Okay, and May 31st is your last day. So you got the May the 3rd when you come in the beginning of the other month, getting your mental together, and you're going in May 31st, leaving, going on into your next quarter, okay, leaving with great energy, great spirits, and just a lot of resources.
We is definitely doing something awesome because we got a beginning and an end.
At the beginning and the end.
And
we're coming in strong.
And to be continued.
To be continued.
Well, man, I just want everybody to come out, man. We had the pleasure of being at the college downtown, University of Baltimore.
Shout out to Diane and her team.
Diane Brown.
The entrepreneurship
She's a
nonprofit organization
at
house. The University of Baltimore.
So tell them about that too. We just smashed that joint.
Yeah, that was a great event. Again, thank you to Diana and her team and the organization. We were able to speak at the University of Baltimore, and it really was just about entrepreneurship and sharing our experience. And we kind of got thrown into it. I was actually I registered first to just be a part and to support, and the next thing you know, I'm getting a text like, hey, send me your picture for your profile. And I'm just like, I already did that part. And, so I always like to, and again, I've spoken at different organizations, from Harris Schools to Coppin University, Morgan University.
HBCU!
Yeah, I love the HBCUs. I love what they're all about and what they represent. So that was nice to actually get back to that. Speaking, motivational speaking is something that is dear to me as well. I like to inspire, others to follow their dreams. And the perfect title and discussion was basically, what the headline of the event, and the theme of it basically was taking your passion and turning it into a profit. So passion to profit was the theme, and that was, again, something that, is really, really dear to me, because, and just like yourself, because we all have a vision. We all have a vision, and sometimes it takes time. to bring the vision to fruition. But when you stay consistent, and I think that's the key word whenever you are, in a spirit of entrepreneurship, like it takes a lot. And if you are not willing to take some losses and do it on your own and, be by yourself for a while sometimes you got to isolate, or God will isolate you, just so he can get your ear, and get you focused. But it's always great when you can have a team.
Teamwork make the dream work.
Yeah. So I think we were blessed that we're growing our team, and it's not even that it's like anyone working for anyone. It's really we are all working with each other to see everyone else's it's always nice when you can help someone else bring their vision to life while bringing yours to life. If no one's taking away from each other or pouring into each other. I think that is what's good, and that's what I also learned from some of the other people that were there who were inspiring entrepreneurs.
Right.
Because I love the fact that after we actually had the speakers, that they actually took time at the end to not only just engage and ask questions, but to actually get up, walk around, network, mingling, people
exchanging numbers.
Yeah, exchanging numbers
emails.
And following each other and social media platforms and emails and inviting each other to other events and stuff like that. So we have been invited to a few events since just Tuesday, So it's always a good thing when you can, get out and network, but really network, really, engage and stuff like that, and see that there are a lot of people out here actually, working towards creating that lane, yes, create your own lane. That is it.
And another thing, we listen, the lane we in right now, we ain't got no traffic.
Right.
We ain't got no traffic in our lane.
That is so serious. That's dead on. You spot on with
like
that.
We on the highway with no lights. We just going. Like, you drive from Baltimore, trying to get to Atlanta. You don't stop.
Yeah.
You just hop on this exit, get off that one, boom. You just going straight. It's a straight line.
Take a while though. You still go through Atlanta.
It's taking me 9 years.
Oh my God.
I've been building.
It takes you 10 hours to get to Atlanta. So that's a
depending on your feet though. Some people got them heavy joints. They doing 90, 100 all the way down.
It might take you 8.
Yeah, you cut it down.
You can cut it down some. But
even with that, man,
that ride, ooh.
I learned how to stop taking shortcuts too, man. So when you take shortcuts, you short yourself.
Absolutely.
And sometimes the pain of building, when you building a house, man. Listen, like even building this food industry thing that I'm doing, this networking, this vision that God gave me with this. Like, I get tired, man, but I know that, no pain, no gain.
Right.
So while I'm building these bricks, I'm building the bricks stacking on top of each other. And I ain't trying to miss no brick, because if you go too fast, you will miss a spot and you have a hole in your house.
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing I said I wasn't going to do, I'm not giving nobody else my bricks to
Right.
build their house, and then I'm outside.
Right.
I don't want to be outside the house. So we're going to build this joint like we doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
We building. And your real friends, your real partners, your team, they're going to mention your name when you're not in the room.
Absolutely.
It's been a few times, Miss Critique, she been, telling me, I'm just so used to,
it's okay.
calling her who I know she is, but so many people, but I just got to stay focused. But what I'm saying is, like, it's been some times where she been mentioning my name in the room, and I ain't been there. I don't know until she finished whatever meeting she in, and she like, hey, you got to do this. This guy right here, this person, you got somebody for the radio show, and you know what I mean? You just got to learn how to share the ball.
Yeah.
Share the ball. And I got this from Kobe. Kobe was talking one day, right? And he said this. He said, man, I'm the first one in the gym. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm the last one to leave. He said, so if we on the same team and I'm beating you there, and then I'm still there and you then left me, that means that, with 5 seconds, I want the ball.
Right.
Give me the ball. Because, see, I don't trust you because you ain't stay long enough.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
you're in and out.
Yeah, you got me. I want to know you're going to make that shot. And the only way you can make the shot if you in there with me. I got to see you. I got to see who I can pass the ball to. So if ain't nobody around for you to pass the ball, that's why you want to pass the ball. Because there wasn't nobody who left with him to pass the ball to.
Absolutely. That's real. Shout out to Dante and Dante Hayes and B7 Fashionista. Let me see who else on here. Lolita. Shout out to you guys for tuning in as y'all do. Dante
week.
was also there speaking.
He
He was one of the guests on Chris show last week. And my girl Savvy Fashionista, was always in the building. That's my girl. Y'all see her next week on Tuesday at the Glam Show coming back.
The Glam Show.
Yeah. But it is good to just know that you have people that that you can depend on, and I think that's the main thing when going through different journeys, whether it's personal, business, friendships, relationships. Like, you always have to have at least one person, I say, that you can depend on, and even if it's just listening, being an ear. Being an ear, and I feel like and it should be vice versa. Always understand that it doesn't hurt to pour into someone else. It doesn't. If anything, it should lift you up. If you're pouring into somebody else. If you feel as though, I always say this, nothing that I do for someone else is going to, or I present to someone else is going to stop me from flourishing as well. It's not going to take anything from you. If you pour into somebody else, or even if it's an opportunity presented to you, you may not be ready yet. You may not be ready to take that opportunity yet, but someone else is ready and they in position. But you have an opportunity to, I feel like when you hold on,
coach.
Yeah, when you hold on to something and you're like, oh, I'm a block that. That was for me. I'm not ready yet. But I know somebody that is. And even though I know somebody that is, I'm going to block that situation. I'm not going to refer that person. Why would you do that? Because it can come back tenfold. You know what I mean? It can come back again.
If it start with you, it's going to end with you.
Mm-hmm.
So if it start with me passing you this ball so you can go down the field, we're going to score a touchdown.
Right.
As long as we stay together.
Right.
Look, read the plays. The plays right there in front of us. Oh, we got a modeling show over here. I know she do modeling. Man, look, I'm calling. Hey, I got this dude. I don't do modeling though.
Right.
But I got to call because she do it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not letting no opportunities get past us. And another thing that we got to stop doing too, as people, I don't do this, but I'm just saying people do this, right? So if me and Miss Critique hanging out together, right? And then her friend, right? Me and her, we cool. And me and her friend cool, right? Now, y'all better get this one because this is real detrimental to all relationships right now.
Mm-hmm.
If me and you cool and me and her cool and you and her fall out, right? Me and you might have got more years in, of course.
Right.
We do. Because I'm just meeting these people that, you introduced me to. So I don't really know them.
Right.
But I know you. But even if you fall out with somebody who you introduced me to and they're a good person at that time, because if they weren't good, you would never introduce me first.
Absolutely.
So why do I got to get mad at her because you're mad at her?
Mm-hmm.
Now listen, once you and her, now here it is, man, you real tighter than her, but you and her then fell out.
Right.
So now, you're like, Chris, I don't even talk to her right now because she did this and she did that, she did me wrong, or whatever the case may be, right? Whoever was wrong, what I'm saying is, that ain't got nothing to, sorry y'all, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm gonna still kick it with you because me and you ain't got nothing going on but business, and
right.
Me and her ain't got nothing going on but good business and good friendship, relationship. We started out like that.
Absolutely.
So why am I getting mad at her because you mad at her, right? So you got people doing this, and then you got people just planting seeds with that too, planting seeds in it. So now, you my girl, but I don't like her either. Then how? Because later on, 2-3 weeks after everything then simmered down, and then she really was wrong. She out of order, first of all, what she did to you. So then she finally get woman enough and say, you know what? I'm gonna boss up today, and I'm gonna call Miss Critique because I was wrong, and let me apologize to my girl so we can get back on track, right? Boom. Now y'all two done made back up, y'all lovey-dovey, y'all kissing, y'all all on power, y'all everywhere, the quickness and everywhere, y'all in Atlanta. But how do I get back in good graces with her? Y'all done made up, and I'm mad at her because of you, and y'all done got back together. Now how do I make it back up with her?
Right.
She ain't never do nothing to me. I got mad at her because you was mad at her, but then y'all got cool again. Now how do you get back?
Right.
Somebody tell me that. Somebody on here, just wherever you at, listen, radio, call in or something. How do I get back to somebody who ain't did nothing to me, didn't offend me, because my friend fell out with her, I fell out too?
Right.
You want to elaborate on that a little bit? Because that's deep.
Well, I think that some people, you know, they feel like, oh, the word loyalty. Yeah. They feel like that if, okay, I'm going to prove that I'm loyal to Chris, so I'm going to not talk to XYZ because them and Chris is not talking. Or Chris got into it with her. I'm loyal to Chris. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like you said, if you, at one point in time, you worked with that person. So whatever happened, it could have been a miscommunication, misunderstanding. I feel like people need to learn how to not react without, you know, like
Get
right
both sides of the
away.
story
Like, yeah.
first. Get
I mean,
both
not
sides.
and then not even both sides of the
Because
story.
I think it starts because you get the one side of the
Yeah.
wrong, right?
Right.
But then the person just go with the one side. If you get both stories and you can analyze it, then you'll know Miss Critique was in the right and she was wrong. So, girl, when then you got the good friends that say, "Well, girl, you was wrong because." But if you only got one side, yeah, she did it and she did it and she did. But why did she do that?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know that part why she did it. So now they on her like, yeah, girl, don't go around her no more. And, ooh, why not?
Right.
I don't know both sides. But then all of a sudden later on, both sides come out. You're like, girl, you was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But no, but I agree. I believe that. So for me, it's like I will allow people to show their true colors. So again, a person could be one way with you and then another way with me. And then again, like we said, depending on what happened, it could have been a situation. Y'all could have had an altercation, misunderstanding, you know, and sometimes when people are in heated, you know, I could have been having a bad day. And just because I had a bad day, I could take it out on you. You get what I'm saying? And you're not knowing what type of day I just had, but you're just looking at, oh, this Winston, you know, she done said, did this and did that. And now you feel some type of way. You know what I mean? But instead of saying, well, hey, Sharon, you're not usually, you know, this way. So what have happened? And that's why I always get in the habit of saying, you know, asking people, you do the same thing. How are you doing? How was your day? You know, because again, sometimes someone just need that one word. Hello. You know, how are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what type of days people are having. You don't wake up. My aunt used to always say, my godmother, she used to always tell us this, like we come in and somebody didn't say, well, we always knew to speak, but the new generation nowadays, they act like they're not supposed to say hello. You know what I mean? When they come through the door, we was always told, the person who's already in the room, like we're already in the room. So somebody could open that door right now and come over in here and walk in here and sit down. We're going to be looking at them like, well, how are you? And you know what my aunt say?
Most of the time, they're going to come in here and speak to us because they already
right, they're going to know what's going
on.
on. But somebody might come in here because you just got off the phone outside fussing with somebody. You know, fussing with the parents or fussing with the kids or fussing with the spouse or something like that. And we don't know that. Right. But they didn't came in here because now they got to, but again, it's all about knowing how to switch it. How to remove yourself from that situation. And I think that is the issue. Sometimes we need to learn how to remove ourselves from what have happened and not dwell on it. Right. People dwell on things that happen and then it's like you're stuck. You know? And when you become stuck, you start becoming, you gravitate to that negative energy. So unless you want to stay in that low vibration, you got to learn how to shift.
Pivot.
Yeah. You know? I always say pivot, and this is my new saying for 2025.
2025.
Pivot and make it make sense. And you gotta, sometimes you might have to move. You might gotta move in a different direction. Because that might be what you're doing right now might not be working for you. But when you move and when you pivot, make it make sense. And if it's not making sense, then maybe you need to pause for a second.
Pause.
And be still.
Be still.
You know?
So I'm going to say this, right? So you're right about the pivoting thing because, man, listen. You got so many people, even in the church, it's real prevalent in the church. You got people who God has told to move and go and do what he assigned them to do, and they still sitting there worshiping the woman or worshiping the man like their feelings is more important than what God said do.
Right.
So they have missed out on so many opportunities because they ain't moved. Fear, I think fear keep people stagnated, right? But God said we got a little bit of fear, but it ain't the kind of fear that of Him that we're supposed to have, like if something in danger.
Right.
So the fear is this. So I was in a few churches, right? And you know, the pastors are, you know, I got anointing, a call on my life, right? And I'm moving it. I ain't let nobody box me in. So that's a word for y'all today. Don't let nobody box you in, but they controlling your movement and telling you what to do, right? Now it's all right to take criticism from your friends as long as it's genuine. You know, it's coming from a good place. But I'm saying when people trying to hold you back from something and tell you what you can and can't do, there's something wrong with that. The word no and the word I can't don't exist in my vocabulary, right? So here I am in this church, right? And I'm trying to bring my assignment that I got, because like I do with you. You got assignment, I got assignment, but our assignments is different.
Right.
But when I bring my assignment to you, because you was in Security Mall first, right? But when I came to you and told you what I wanted to do, you said that could work. We're gonna make it work, right? A lot of people don't want to make it work. They want to shine on everything, like every situation ain't meant for you to shine in. So while I'm in these churches, I'm trying to bring what God has given me, my mission, and put it with your mission, because I see something good with you. We going the same way, but we got to go together though. We can't. One of us can't be in front of. We got to walk side by side with this thing.
Right.
Like when you building that house, that joint got to be level. Each brick you got to make sure it's on top of each other, right? The same way with your life priorities. And I'm sitting in this church and I'm trying to bring what I got to it, and what I'm bringing is making them intimidated. So they're intimidated by the anointing that's on my life, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't ask God for this. If I had a choice to pick it, I'd say, no, I want that, Lord. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't got no choice over that. This book right here, and it started from this. At the age of 5, my mother, she was out in the street playing, almost got hit by a car. My grandmother gave my mother a whipping. So my mom get mad, she go get the matches, and she stopped playing with the matches in the car. Well, when my grandma came looking for her, and she called her, my mama, the last match, she done struck it. My grandma get the car, and my mama look away, the match fall out of her hand.
Oh, wow.
So this 5 years old, right? I'm taking y'all back right now. At 5 years old, my mom gets burnt up in this car from head to toe, everything, vagina, everything. Ain't no more kids. So she burnt that bad. That's what the doctors say. See, man don't got the last say, so God do, right? So here they tell her mom at the age of 5, you ain't gonna never be able to have children, right? So then what I'm doing sitting here now.
Right.
So, and I got 2 sisters. One passed away, and Alicia, I love you. You keep you my angel, so she's still with me. But what I'm saying is this: stop letting people tell you your outcome. God know the outcome. Only He know what He written about you, and you got to step into that. So I stepped into my position, and when I go in any room, I'm owning it. I'm owning the room, taking control over it. Ain't nothing getting by me. I'm very focused, and listen, y'all better get focused too. Don't let nobody water you down. Stop worrying about how they gonna feel if you leave. Look, I left, and listen, when I left, it wasn't no ill feelings when I left. It's just that I'm too big for that right there. I can't be contained. You can't put me in the box. You can't water me down. You can't give me no keys and tell me go pick up such and such and that. Man, I'm busy. I got my own work to do.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at nobody, but I'm saying even with that, like, and then when I decided that even the person was mad, the person was wrong, right? Me. So here I am. I'm at first when everything pieces and cream. When I go into the church building, I'm getting daps and hugs and yeah, boy, yeah. Man, the pastor falls out, you know, because he a man first.
Right.
I listen. I respect titles, but I don't respect titles. If y'all know what I'm saying. Listen, you're not gonna be looking down on me. God said, don't have no respect of persons.
Well, we all human.
Tell a rich man. Come on, rich man, you sit up here with me, but then I tell you, Sharon, sit down there. Why you gotta sit down there? Why you ain't equal with the rich man?
Right.
Because that money gonna be gone in a minute. But what I'm saying is this: when me and the pastor had a little tiff or whatever the case may be, because I ain't beefing with nobody. Let's get that straight. I don't beef with nobody. We gonna work it out. We gonna talk about it, and then we gonna come to a resolve, right? So, yeah, we had it was a misunderstanding on his part because I ain't did nothing wrong. I'm still walking. And then finally, when I guess the Holy Spirit dealt with him, and then he come to me and said, man, you know what? I was wrong, man. I apologize. you got to make sure that the person ain't wrong before you start hopping on the bandwagon with them and then get mad at other people. So when I'm going in that joint, I can tell because, man, he did something to me, and now I feel offended about that. So I'm like, yeah, you got to fix that first.
Right.
And then we can get back on good terms. So then he finally fixed that, right? And when he fixed it, man, I'm back on good terms again. Kicking in and everything, right? But when I'm still coming into church, dude's still acting like it's a problem. So I feel it. I tell him about it. He goes on air and clear the joint up for me and everything. Like, it nips and everything in the butt. But people still treat me like I done something wrong to the pastor.
Right.
So I just left, got about that joint, you feel me? And now here I am. I wouldn't say I'm a pastor because I'm a regular person just like everybody else. It don't take nobody with no title to do what we doing, y'all. We regular people. Every day I get up the same way you get up, put my right foot in, my left foot in, and I have my pants on now and I got my arm. You feel me? I do the same. I'm regular. It don't make me famous because I want to help somebody. He said, love thy neighbor as I love thyself.
Right.
So I just want to love on people, make sure people got what they in. But what I'm saying is this. When I left, I walked into my own. But we even had a meeting.
But sometimes the places, people, and things can block you from your blessings. Sometimes those situations have to happen in order for you to move towards the right direction in your destiny. Because everyone's destiny is different. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's, life and end goal is different at the end of the day. We all have our own journey to live, and no one's journey is going to be the same. Everyone's might be similar,
right,
but never the same.
So that goes to what we was talking about the W and the L.
Mm-hmm.
So what we said the W stand for?
Oh, you put me on a spot.
Somebody out there, what the W stand for? You playing baseball, soccer, whatever you playing, you boxing, whatever, you basketball, you got a W column and you got an L column. Okay?
Oh, winning the losses.
So we went in.
Yeah.
But what is it?
You trying to trick me because I didn't know what we were talking about.
What is it? That's why I said basketball and not.
Yeah, I had to get it.
So you said
wins and losses.
No.
Win what?
We either winning or we learning, remember?
Oh, right, my bad. Winning or learning, y'all.
We either winning or we learning. So in the situation with the church situation, right? I didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
I gained everything I needed to equip me for such a time as this. Right? So if I'm doing food with them and I'm doing food drives with them, but I got a different swag with me. You feel me? Like my swag is I'm a street dude, but now God then switched it on. Now I'm a street dude for God now. I'm still the same street dude. Like my hustle, my drive, my tenacity is still the same. Like ain't nothing changed with me. I just changed the product. You feel me? So that being said, I'm saying this. If I go in there and I'm trying to do it this way to remix it, which way you doing? Because we remixed Security Square Mall.
Yes, we did.
We remixed it.
I don't think there's no more doing anything that we were doing. None of them.
I'm talking about the crowd that came.
Mm-hmm.
It was peak, and then.
Haven't been a person with that much of a crowd yet. I haven't seen it. Have you? Every time we go in there, it's a desert. They ask when we coming back.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They text me on the Glen Burnie Drive. They text me on the Glen Burnie Drive. Where y'all at? I'm at security. Can I come? Of course, everybody welcome. But what I'm saying is this. That situation that happened with me, right? Even down to having my 501c3. I wasn't a 501c3 all the time.
Right.
But I was operating like, listen,
like you were,
the way that you move is how you're going to improve yourself for when you do get what you're supposed to have.
That's why they say it's the same as saying you have to show up as the person that you want to represent, as the way you want to present yourself.
I'm 501c3.
Right. You have to dress like they say, dress for the job that you want, right? And I don't even say the job. I say dress for the life that you want. Because at the end of the day, again, we are entrepreneurs at heart, right? So there's no job, right? It's just we're doing entrepreneurship. We're doing what it is that we love to do. It's a passion. And, my saying is always take your passion and turn it into your passions will allow your purpose to come to fruition.
To perpetuate you to the next level.
Exactly. So
pray.
That is what you have to show up. You have to show up as the person that you want to be.
Are you going to show up as a winner or are you showing up as a loser?
I'm always a winner.
Okay, so when you walk in that room, you command the room as you already won already.
Mm-hmm.
So don't give me no. And look, and I'm gonna share the mic. Kobe, I learned a lot from Kobe, man. Kobe, he at first I didn't like him, right? Because he will always keep the ball.
Right.
It could be a man right under the goal, and it's 4 dudes on him.
Yeah.
And Kobe gonna take that shot. He gonna make it.
Shot, but you know why?
He told me why.
Why?
He said because the guy under there, he ain't trust him.
Yeah.
He ain't stay long
But
enough.
he trusts himself.
He took that shot with 4 people on him and made it.
They made it.
Because he was practicing for that.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is this. For the past 9 years, every organization, every church that I have a partner with, well, I went as a member. They call me a member, but I always look at myself as being your partner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I moved the way I was moving with people, right? And they was thinking that I was coming to take their shine. Listen, we're going to shine together.
Right.
If you meet me, when y'all meet me, y'all going to meet me just like this. And you can say, Chris, we got to go in here, man, and we got to move. We got to move all this stuff out of here. I'm not going to put on no dirty clothes or no work clothes.
Right.
I come work. I'm in work mode.
And I've seen him do it. I've seen him move furniture in a whole suit. And he had no problem doing it. So, again, you show up the way you want to be presented, the way you want people to view you. And to be honest, I don't care about how people view me.
That's gas for me.
Yeah.
It's gas. Listen, you got to use the negativity to push you to your next level.
Yeah.
And so when you meet me, you're going to meet me dressed up like this, right? And I'm going to be suited and booted. I don't care what we got to do. We're going to go sweep the streets. We're going to clean the alleys. I'm going in there like this. Don't ask me, you gonna put something else on? That's what they ask me. You gonna put something? Listen, people has tried to tell me that in order for me to be around them, I gotta put a uniform on. I can't be around them like this all the time.
Mm.
You gotta put this uniform on.
That is your uniform. That's your armor.
And that's how you met me like this. So why would you try to change my clothes?
Mm-hmm.
And guess what I told them? I said, well, if that's one of your dreams and one of your aspirations that you're gonna have be adding to your organization, sir, you let me know when you're ready to do that, because that'll be my last day being around you.
Right.
Because I ain't changing me.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Now, don't let nobody change you. Be you. If I can't be me around you, then I don't need to be around you.
Absolutely.
So you know what I mean? It's just so much going on, but man, I just love being free right now. You know, y'all know I did all that time and stuff like that, and there's so many stories that people keep asking me about. Like, can you talk about this? Can you talk about that? I went to McDonald's today, and I forgot, it's the Academy. I forgot the name of the school. It's right there on Hilton, the private school.
On Hilton.
They wear the gray and green, like going up Hilton, going towards, like if you go on Montgomery with Baltimore Hilton.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
something Academy.
Connections. It's not Connections.
It's something. It's a private school. I know that. So to make a long story short, right? I go into McDonald's, right, and you know, it's about 20 of them in there.
Mm-hmm.
You got some around this way and some around here. But when I walk in the room, I always command the room. The whole McDonald's just stopped. The bunch of youth, they looking at me, right? Some laughing at me, some pointing like, yo, look at your boy, look at it. Yo. Listen, when I get that kind of reaction when I walk into a room, guess what? I know that I look good, or you wouldn't be talking about me, right? So what I do is, in order to change the atmosphere of them portraying me to be like something wrong with me, no, there's something wrong with you. So let me tell you about something wrong with you, young man or young woman, young queen, young king, whatever I want to call them at that time, right? Because I talk to everybody. But check this out. So while they was laughing and stuff like that, right, laughing at me because I look good. I look good. I look fly. They don't want to tell you that you look good and you look fly. They think it's more easier to try to act like you the joke in the room, right? But let me show you what I did to the youth. So I goes over to some of them, right, and they're at a table, and I'm a street dude, so I can basically see who the one that everybody look up to, right? So I go get him. See, I get the big dogs. Because if you get the head, the whole body crumble, right? So I went to the head person who I think that was operating, making them other ones follow suit to laugh at me. So now look, I put the joke back on him. So I said, how y'all doing today? Everybody, I'm good. So I went to the guy. I said, how you doing today? He said, I'm good. I said, man, you know what Papa Gold Moshe at? He said, yeah. I said, y'all in school, right? He said, yeah. We go up there to something academy, right? I said, well, do y'all need community service hours? Everybody like, they don't need community service hours. Look, they live like, the one said, what you mean community service hours? I said, I mean that we do a free community market on Saturdays, and I'm the CEO of the founder of the 501c3 nonprofit, and we give away food, and I got the authority to give you your community service hours. You get the paperwork from school, and you bring it to me, and I sign in that you came in this time, and I give you these many hours. Everybody like, look, shoulders go down now, look. And I say, see, I always get them with this too. See, everybody like dirt bikes, especially them youth. So I talk their language. See, if you can talk their language, they gonna talk with you. Talk about what they want to talk before you go try and tell them what not to do and stop doing this and stop doing that. Go find out what it is they into and start talking their language to them, and you'll win them over every time. So I say, any of y'all know Ying? See, my son got killed, but he ain't dead. Because every time I mention his name, and look, a bunch of hands went up like this. I know Ying, yeah, that was my man. I said, so that means you my man too, because that was my son. He said, what? You was Ying's father? Look, the whole atmosphere in the McDonald's changed, right? But I don't want the atmosphere to change like that, but it got to change how God gonna change it, right? So then from there on, everybody like this. Oh man, what's your Instagram? Told him my testimony, how long I've been gone. We talking about 15-year-olds, right? I said, the one that everybody look up to, he's 15 years old, Mr. G. I said, how old are you? He said 15. I said, man, I just did 19 years in the feds. I said, I've been gone longer than you've been on earth.
Oh, wow.
Plus 4 more years. He said, for real? Yeah. Now look, if I go on my phone right now, look, I got all these youth following me now. Just because I was being nice to them and didn't get them. See, the negative energy was already in the room. See, I already felt the negative energy when I walk in there. I was the joke when I walked into McDonald's. So I had to get the joke off of me, but I didn't want the joke to be on nobody. I wanted everybody to be on the same accord. One accord. And that was the positive vibe. When I left out there, everybody was like, oh man, we gonna see you Saturday, bro. Mr. Chris, we gonna see you Saturday. I said, y'all gotta do is show up. I would love to have the youth volunteering besides having the grown adults that be back there. Yeah, I still want all the help we can get. But I'd rather have them youth out there though. And if they can come, like, and you mentioned Coppin State University earlier, right?
Yeah.
So I have spoke in the criminal justice. My wife will be graduating this year from her criminal justice class.
Congratulations, Trish.
Shout out to Trish, man. I told Trish she got to sit down. When they call her name, she got to sit down and let me go up on stage and get the certificate. That's Trace Tyson. But anyway, look. So Trish had, the class had an assignment, and it was, you got to break down a case and, and present it.
Mm-hmm.
So Trish came home and she was like, "Hey, I got this assignment. Can I do a case study on your case?" I said, "Sure." I gave it 238 F3D 539, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I gave her that's the case. Trish went in, researched the case, and found out that it was like that case was long, 4-day trial. She was like, "Whoa!" So Trish took my whole trial and broke my whole trial down into 2 pages. She presented her thing to the professor. He looked it over. A+++++++. It was that good. But not only that, but Trish introduced the paperwork, and she said, "Oh, and I can bring the person whose case it was in here, and they can talk." They say, "You can do what?" Because they're looking in the federal book of law. Right. They're like, "Hold up, this person's still locked up. Mm-hmm. How you gonna bring them in?" But lo and behold, they ain't know Obama had pardoned me. That's why I was out here, right? So look, so Trish say, "I gotta present the paper, but I gotta grade for that. But you gotta come in and speak. Are you available?" I said, "Of course I am." So Dr. Berlin and Dr. Wright said, "We're gonna give him. I'm gonna show you the power." The deans and professors said, "We're gonna give him 15, 20 minutes. The class 2 hours long, y'all." So I said, "Okay, cool. So that's good." So Trish go in the classroom, and then they come and get me. They don't know that I'm her husband though. Right? So she going like we go in there like we ain't husband and wife. We just go in there. Say, this is Christopher White. He's going to be motivational speaker for 10 to 15 minutes, or whatever the case may be, and then we're going to get class started. Mm-hmm. When I got up there, I owned the room. I took over the room. Not only did I own the room, but it was in the first 15 minutes, 10 minutes, I already seen the deans and professors sit down. Who class it was, right? Then one dean came up to me and said, "Mr. White." I said, "Yes, sir." "It's my time?" He said, "No." He He said, there's so much fire in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You then took control over the thing. You can't stop. There is no dean or professor standing right here that can come behind you. So you need to take over the rest of the class. So I had 2 hours. That's what I'm saying. So you got to go and command the room.
Mm-hmm.
What you want out of this? Now the deans and professors telling me from Coppin State University, shout out to Coppin State University, HBCU in the building. I got a GED, right, from federal prison.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester, Kentucky, that's where I got it from, right? But I also got a GED that supersedes, a GOD that supersedes my GED and supersedes any PhD degree in the world. With that being said, the deans and professors asked me, can I go touring with them?
Oh, wow.
Can I go into the criminal justice reform, whatever events,
Right.
the conferences,
Mm-hmm.
and can I go and speak with them? They want to put me on the team. But you got to be careful, even though with that, because that could box you in.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I left wiggle room for me. You know, I gotta see. I gotta see what I can do. My mom always told me that. She said, "Chris, don't never get nobody your word and say you're gonna do something.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you don't do it, that means it's a lie."
Right.
So she said to alleviate somebody labeling you as a liar, you always tell a person, "I see what I can do." And to give you an example, what I'm saying is, I was in prison and you know I had all this money, but you know currency is not. If you come in with $1 million in your account, you ain't got no money, you broke. If you ain't got no stamps, like the mailing letters, if you don't have stamps, you broke. So I had all the stamps. So with that being said, the currency changed and it was stamps. So people drop notes on me and it's the same thing, hating going on out here in the street, it's going on in there too. So SS came and locked me up when they took all my money. I ain't got money over here, money over there, money in this bump, money. I got money everywhere in the jail, right? But now I'm broke. Remember I told you it don't matter how much money you got. If you ain't got stamps, you broke, right?
Yeah.
But when you when you on lockdown, that 24/1, it's 24/1 because there ain't no 23/1. You lock down 24 hours a day. I went to the hole and didn't have no money in my account because the money in my account didn't matter no more. I had the stamps. I could get whatever I want. So I called home to my mother after about 30 days of being in the hole because you don't get the phone right away. You gotta wait 30 days before you can call when you on lockup, right?
Right.
So my mother worried about me where I'm at and stuff. So when I finally called home, I was like, "Mom, Black, where you at?" "I'm on lockup." Her next words changed my life. She said, "Black, can I ask you something?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Do you ever want to see me again, free, while I'm alive? Because the rate you're going right now, you keep getting on lockup, you know, you're subject to get some more time or something because you've been acting wild. Can you please calm down and change your behavior?" I said, "You know what, that thing, light bulb went off in my head, right?" So with that being said, I said, "Mom, I'm hurting, I'm on lockup, I ain't got no money. Can you send me some money so I can make commissary?" Right? So my mom said, "Black, I ain't got no money. Not right now." So I said, "All right." She said, "But I ain't saying no. I see what I can do." So when a person tell you they see what I can do, that means it leave room that it could happen. So guess what I did? I got on my knees and I prayed. I said, "Lord, you know my situation. They stole my radio because I'm on lockup right now. I ain't got nothing. I got no stamps. I can't even write a letter. I can't do nothing, Lord. But I need you to make that see what I can do come to a reality." And my faith was real high, all time high. Because it was so high, guess what? I said, "You know what?" They counted, "Who need commissary sheets?" I said, "Man, I ain't got a penny in my account." I said, "Man, give me a commissary sheet." I got the commissary sheet, and I sat there and I prayed on the sheet. And I said, "I'm going to go and put this wish list in." I signed up for my soap, my chips, my cheese. I got my deodorant, my toothpaste. I got my new radio. I got batteries. Listen, I'm telling you, this is faith right here because I ain't got no money.
Right.
And I'm just going off, you know, don't you know at 6 o'clock in the morning, they hit my stomach and said, "White, come sign your receipt."
Ooh.
I said, "Huh?" I'm coming by my sleep. I'm like, "Receipt?" He's like, "Yeah, commissary." I'm like, whoa, that was faith. I ain't had no money and I got all this stuff right here. My son looked at me and said, "Man, you a lying dude, man. You didn't have money." I said, "Yo, I'm telling you, I ain't no money." That was faith right there. God blessed me because I was believing he could do it.
Oh, wow.
The money came. So you can't just say you got faith. You gotta be doing. It's gotta be active.
Yeah, you gotta do the work.
Yeah, you gotta be. Well, you give them something because I'm telling you, I was on the roll right now. What you want to give them, Ms. Katie?
I mean, we pretty much said it all to me. I just want to say, come to these mental health awareness events right now. With everything going on in the world and, you know, the community and stuff like that, we need to come together for positive things, positive energies, and, you know, feed into each other, you know, and we're providing the platforms for us to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So come to these events again. You know, you can look forward to a good environment, a good space, a happy space, a fun space, a social space. You know, a place where you can come, be free, be yourself, bring your family, bring your children, bring your auntie, your uncle, your grandmama, your grandpapa, and have some good fun, you know? Because even with, like, the events, like with the farmers market that Chris provides for the community, it is fun. Like, it's not dry, it's not everyone just waiting around and, you know, people just waiting in their cars, or, you know, I drive past a church on Little Baltimore on Sundays. And I don't even think it's Sunday. I think it's Saturdays, and I think maybe one weekday or something like that, but mainly Saturdays. And I see how they give out, you know, boxes or bags. I think it's boxes or something. And you see, it's always a long line, and it's wrapped around the church, the building, right? And they're outside, and they have everything set up. Their tables and stuff is set up. But literally, everyone's in their car. They just waiting. There's no conversating. You know, you
No
just
hugging.
come. There's no embracement at all. You just come in. You know, they ask, "What's your name?" I don't even think they ask their name. How many bags you need? They probably only give you 2. There's a limit. You know what I mean? You don't know if the people are allergic to this stuff. You don't know if they have allergies. If they can, you know, if it's in their diet. If it's edible. You know? So again, it's like, it's a different vibe at these events. Like, you know, with Chris, he gives freedom to come and get what you want, and, you know, we conversate, and again, like you said, we're all human beings. We're people just like you. So we don't look down on nobody. We don't judge no one. You know, it's open, free space to just come, get your food, get what you need. Sometimes it's the only time when people come outside to actually communicate with other people and network and talk.
They waiting on Saturday.
Yeah, they were waiting on Saturday, you know? And so when we were at security, for me, it was more about being able to have a space where people can come and just have fun. And it was about the experience, you know? Even now, like with the shows and stuff like that, it's all about the experience. We want you to leave with an experience. We want you to leave with, you know, good energy. We want to pour nothing but good vibes and good energy into you. So when you come out, be ready to, you know, meet new people, conversate, you know, again, take advantage of the resources that we provide, because there's always someone out there that's willing to help beyond just the food or, you know, just saying hello. There's someone out there that can help you, whether or not you're looking for housing, you're looking for a counselor, someone that can help you get on track. Because again, we all need somebody, you know, and we are creating a community of people that can lend a helping hand. So when you come out to these events, you know, if you know you got something going on and you have you need help, don't be afraid to come out. No one's judging, no one's looking down on you, no one's doing any of that. We are only here to help. And you know, I'll help in my own way, Chris help in his own way. And all of our partners that come out and collaborate, our vendors and stuff like that, they come out, they're willing to help in other ways too. So take advantage of the opportunities, take advantage of the resources, and come out to have a good time. It's like a family cookout.
We don't talk to the people crazy. Put that back. Like we don't listen, when we pick up food, all of the food that we pick up go on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody like be picking through stuff and want to give you what's left over, and we take all the good stuff out first and bring out the what we don't want. No, listen to me. God said I had to restore the people free will back because, you know, like she said, if it's boxed up and it's bagged up, it's a mystery when you get home. One old lady told me, she said, Chris, I love the way that y'all do what y'all do. I said, what you mean, Mom? She said, because I'm 89 years old, Chris. She said, my muscles ain't like they used to be when I was younger. I can't carry heavy stuff. She said, so you putting 4 onions and 4 green peppers and 4 apples in my bag? Chris, I can't make it with 2 steps with that. And my arms hurt. She said, the way that y'all set it up though, I can come through and I can get what I need because I don't need everything that be in that bag.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that I could grab a little small onion and a little small green pepper because that's going to last me the whole week. Me trying to lug all that home, and then when I get home and I take it out the bag, it's got mold here, mold there. So really, Chris, I carried all that home for nothing. She said, if I wanted to, the old lady said, if I wanted to work out, I'd be down this one, that's Planet Fitness or something.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah. I said, well, you know, and even Saturday when we did the Glen Burnie, shout out to Glen Burnie Dental, shout out to all of the nurses and staff, shout out to Dr. Nada, man, for always making it happen, man, writing a check every month for the community, man, making sure that we get that Richardson Farm pulling up. And, man, I'm just so thankful and honored, man, for people just to be following me because, you know, you got to be a good leader for people to follow you, to want to be around you. And I try to teach etiquette class while I'm teaching etiquettes, right? Good etiquettes while I'm dealing with you. See, the volunteers and you know this, God. South Carolina, shout out to South Carolina, shout out to North Carolina, shout out to New York, shout out to Jersey, shout out to Philly, shout out to Pittsburgh, and of course shout out to my city, Baltimore City. I'm saying that to say this. People be traveling from these long distance states to come and spend 6 hours? 6 hours with us to stack the tables, serve the food, break the tables, wash the tables, and they get back in their cars and they go back home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody not driving no miles like that just to come and volunteer with somebody for nothing. They see some form of God in this whole organization and the way we move in these events and everything is blessed, or they wouldn't be coming that far. Not I'm talking for no money. Now, people might drive all that long way to get paid for something. But when somebody say, man, look, I want to be a part of that because the way I treated them. And I try to steal it into my volunteers too. Listen, don't talk to people crazy. The way that you got over here with Be More Loyal and the House of Critique, the way that you came over with us is because we loved on you. And you felt something and you wanted to be a part of something that was good. So I tell my volunteers to make sure that you reciprocate that same love and energy that won you over here with me. Win the people to you and to what we got going on. You can't be telling people, don't touch that, put that back, embarrassing people. No, we're not embarrassing you when you come out. We don't want to make you feel less than. I want to make you feel like this is your food job and I'm coming to talk to you. See, I reverses that thing. I make people feel like this. Look, if you're saying this for the community, then why you brown nosing it like that? Why you got so much security and airtight this, that, and so many rules and regulations to something you saying is theirs anyway? How you gonna lock up the community stuff and not give them access to it? Access granted, and would Be More Loyal. All you gotta do is just show up, let us set the tables, and we got people that come out to get the food sign in and say, hey, rolling up their sleeves. How can I help? Can I do something? Please let me do something. And guess what I tell them? Whatever you want to do. Where you want to go? Chris, where you want me to go at? Listen, it's not about where Chris wants you to go at. It's about the Holy Spirit led you to us, right, for a purpose. So just find out which table you think you'll most do better with serving at. And that's where you go. You don't gotta ask me where to put you at or where you go at or how long I need you for. Listen, if you gotta leave, if you come give 1 hour of community service and you serving the community back, listen, you're gonna fall in love with it. I ain't gotta make you stay out the whole time. You're gonna want to stay because of your heart. How the people making you feel right there. So if you gotta come, if you give me just 10 minutes and you gotta leave, listen, I'm not mad at nobody if they gotta leave. Listen, if you gotta leave, you gotta leave. At least you showed up. It's all about the accountability. We gotta be accountable for each other. I'm here for the community and the community here for me. So that's why we be saying about the donations. We need donations. The House of Critique need donations. Risk Critique need donations. Be More Loyal, INC need donations. That's what we showing you where your money going at. Saturday when we did the tables, usually we just put the farm come, drop the pallets, we get the boxes and put them on top of the table, Risk Critique. This Saturday that passed, right, it looks like Pablo Picasso came out there and painted a painting on those tables. You know why? Because the Holy Spirit told me, Chris, take it out of the boxes this time. I want my glory to be revealed through this. Everybody like, Chris, where you want this box? I said, listen, hold up, y'all. Hold what you got. Don't nobody move. He's showing me a vision right now. I had to go out in the open and look back at the tables, how the tables were set, right? And he was telling me, okay, well, the meat's going to go right here where they normally go, but I want them out the box, though. Don't keep them in the cases. We had tables full of meats. Then we put the greens beside it. It was a color coordinator that the Holy Spirit was giving me. And the vision, I'm telling, as he telling it to me, I'm telling it to the people. And it's coming perfect because they listening to what the rules that God's given me. If you follow God's way, you can't go wrong. And we set those tables, even the volunteers were like, oh my God, this looks good. What, Chris, what made you decide to? I said, no, it ain't what made me decide. I'm listening to what God telling me. This is how we going to get the donations, by showing his glory. See, people need to see where their money going at. Ain't nobody just going to give you no $10, $20 talking about some, here go a donation, and really they don't even see what's going on. So we painted that painting right there, and people was able to see this is what we're going to be getting. And now that Saturday has passed, and guess what? Do you know all of those people got all that food, Miss Critique, and everybody had Easter Sunday dinner?
Mm-hmm.
How did that even land like that? The kids didn't get Easter baskets. He said, I don't want you to keep mimicking and doing what everybody else doing. You set apart. I'm not like you. They're not like us. Kendrick Lamar said it best. They're not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us because we didn't do Easter baskets. We did Easter book bags. And guess why we did Easter book bags? Because if you notice, when school come in, everybody got backpack giveaway, right? But let me see. What quarter are we in right now in school?
Well, just about to be in.
So we're in the fourth quarter then.
About to be.
So we're in the fourth quarter, right? And 3 quarters didn't pass already. The book bags they got in the beginning of the first quarter, they don't got them no more. Mm-hmm. Some kids' book bags they got stolen. Their pens then ran out of ink. The pencils broke. They playing whatever they doing with the pencils. The calculator batteries did. You feel me? So we want to be able to provide services for the children all year round. Ain't waiting on no Christmas. We ain't waiting on no Halloween. That's the wrong ghost to be talking about. We got candy almost every drive. They going trick-or-treating every drive. We got a bunch of candy right now, Miss Critique. We're going to put it on the table. We're not waiting for no Halloween to give our kids no candy on no Halloween day. We ain't waiting to give them no toys on Christmas Day. Every day that we wake up should be your birthday. You got new life. You got another chance because guess what? When I called Miss Nicole, that was in the mall with us, that do the teas and the had the store, I called her the other day, right? And guess what she told me she was on her way to? I'm trying to tell her about the thing I want her to bring her stuff to the museum on the 31st. Guess what she said she was on her way to?
Where?
A funeral.
Oh, wow.
So that means somebody didn't get up and we up, so we can't get up and praise God. We up. Here it is, they go and bury somebody and we still got breath in our body to praise. So this is my praise. My work is my praise. I love my work. I love my assignment. And by me loving it, it don't feel like work to me. Mm-hmm. This ain't work. This is a part of my day. It's a part of my day because I know people down there homeless. If you know it, then go down there and visit them. He said, when I was hungry, you ain't feed me. When I was in prison, you ain't come see me. They said, when, Lord, when you see like this? He said, when you did it to one of the least of these, you know it's hungry people downtown. Why you ain't down there? I had over 30-something bags. Well, I had 30-something big bags of that skinny popcorn today, the white cheddar kind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering, I'm like, man, I was like crying this all in the house. Me and my son, we went out there 2 truckloads today we came back with. My truck was loaded and the truck he got. So you know that's a lot of stuff, right? So we went and unloaded his truck because he had to go get my grandson, take my grandson to school. So we unloaded his truck first. Now I'm left back, he left. So I'm like, man, I don't feel like taking all this stuff in here. So I got everything out the back of the truck. But guess what? The inside had a bunch of skinny popcorn and potato bread, wheat bread, white bread, all kind of bread. It was loaded. I couldn't see out my back windows. That's how much food was in there. Mm-hmm. So I got about 30, 35, 34 bags of skinny popcorn. So the Holy Spirit said, well, you know, you got all this popcorn, you ain't gonna take it in the house. Why you don't take it down there to the home? You know they hungry. I said, you know what? Hey, I am downtown. I could be somewhere else. I'm downtown. And I said, y'all want popcorn? The whole line got up. And I felt so good to be able to give somebody something. One dude cracked his bag right open and just start chomping right there. And then I looked at him real good and I said, Chris, you know, and God showed it to me. Reverse the roles now. Because this could be you. Listen, everybody that's sitting on their house right now, guess what? You're only one wrong turn away from being down there homeless yourself. Mm-hmm. You're only one paycheck, one rent being short of being homeless yourself. So every opportunity that you get, you need to take it to make sure that you can help somebody else and set the stage so you don't be that person. So if you can help somebody not be that person, you don't become that person. This is the Power 410 Radio. You got anything last thing you want to say? Y'all can reach me on social media at Seymour Loyal. That's my Instagram, Facebook, Carter Chris White. We don't forget, y'all, the 31st, we're going to be downtown, Reginald F. Lewis Museum. We need vendors. So, like I said, the tables are free. We asking for a $50 donation. You can cash at me or you can cash at Miss Critique. The information is on the flyers. Y'all look at the flyers. This Saturday, we're going to be at 2900 Mosier Street, Poplar Grove in Mosier. I'll be there at 10 o'clock. Anybody want to come volunteer, you come sign up early. Y'all know that people don't get jumped. I know it was a lot of commotion last week because we had new people coming, and they was like, not last week, not this, the week before. The week before last, people was like, oh man, people gonna come, they congregate. See, the atmosphere we set is love. So people just gonna come stand wherever. But some people know the rules and some people don't know the rules. Mm-hmm. So the people who don't know the rules, I'm gonna say them to you before we get off here. According to how bad you want God, that means how fast you gonna get there, how early you gonna get there. Because you got people, I get there at 10, they people there at 7. So how bad do you want it? Because they want to sign in first because they know when they sign in first, that's how I call the names. So you got numbers beside the names. So don't ever think nobody gonna jump you or root you in the line. We don't play that up there. Don't nobody get rooted. So you don't gotta worry about nobody taking your spot or none of that. If you came to sign in, you number 1, guess what? When we call the names, you'll be number 1. If you're number 10, you'll be number 10. We don't jump no lines or none of that stuff. So you don't gotta worry about that. So you see a line forming, it's just because people just happy. They want to see. You feel me? It ain't nobody jumping you. So it's all respect and all love. So this Saturday we're gonna be at 2900 Mosier Street, Poplar Grove in Mosier, right at the corner. You can't miss it. I think I'll put some balloons out, Miss Critique. Hanging some balloons out there. That way everybody can see. But you got people on the bus riding past. Bus driver, hold up, let me off. Look, the lady got off the bus and wouldn't even stop. She said, they got some, let me off, please. The bus stopped, and it wasn't a bus stop to let her off.
Oh, wow.
She said, I seen it. I didn't know what it was, but I was coming. And it came up on her blessing. She stopped that bus. So we here to bless people, not hurt you. We ain't here to harm you. We here to love you back to life. So with that saying, man, we want to see you this Saturday at 2900 Mosier Street. And on the 3rd, we want to see you right here at 1100 Marcomico. And then we will be down at the Reverend F. Lewis Museum. Look at the flyers. Watch our social media. This is the Power 410 Radio. This is the Be More Loyal Soul Patrol Show. I am your host, Carter Chris White. And I will see y'all next Thursday at 7:30. And I'm looking for guests. So who want to be the next guest on the Be More Loyal Soul Patrol Power 410 Radio Show? Peace out. Miss Cox. Miss Cox. It's Cox time. You got her music in there?